Yeah.
You.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, I would have did plenty, but no, she did exactly what was supposed to be. Grace, if you can give us a blow by blow.
Oh, okay. Well,
Don't be humble. Don't be humble.
okay. Deanna did a wonderful job. She spoke on Vastine and his show that he had with us. It's called "You Got 5 Minutes," and how he had much wisdom, and she loved the stories. And he sounded, he reminded us of James Earl Jones, not in voice, but the way he spoke and how he carried himself and telling the stories. Nobody, he was unmatched. And Deanna just, she spoke from the heart like she always does. And, let Miss Yvette, his wife, know that we are deeply going to miss him. And his mother-in-law, his mother-in-law spoke and said, now y'all check on my baby now, because I got to go back to Baltimore, but she live here in Texas. So Deanna said, Mama, we heard you. We gonna check on her. Okay. We gonna stay with her. You
That
know.
he passed away?
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes,
Oh man.
yes, ma'am. So yeah, phenomenal job that she did.
Did they mention the bureau? Did she mention the Bureau of Influential Speakers? So I
Yes,
know.
ma'am.
That was the whole talk. How he changed it from the bureau to let's listen to Vastine tell us life lessons on his stories.
Yeah, when he would be on
Because
there
that's what he did.
story. So it's like let's have you do your thing on another night. Have your own show. And now
Mhm.
you have those recordings.
Absolutely. And the crazy thing is, I haven't told anybody. I shouldn't even tell y'all. We shot a whole movie with Vastine that
Yeah.
I have
Yes.
that I was thinking about editing late last year. But when I got the call, I told myself I am going to go ahead and make it a full movie. And it's going to start off in memory of Vastine East, dedicated to his wife, Yvette East. So I'm going to do that. We got the whole movie. I keep it. I have a full movie with Chiquita, a full movie with Reggie, Grace, Deanna, some other folk. I got it's like uh what's the lady that be in the RV?
Dr. Renita.
Dr. Renita. I just don't be releasing stuff because I'm strategic. Yeah, I'm strategic. So yeah, so no. We got the movie
That
itself.
when you were sitting around his beautiful dining room table and things like that, part of that
The
movie.
dining room table was the
That was the
retire in one out
conference.
of 80 days conference. Right
Yeah.
after that, we secretly shot in his. It wasn't. It's like a. It wasn't a. It's not a living room. It was like a. It was a second living room, a den. No, it wasn't a den either. It was.
You
It was
so
It's
something.
you
a,
know how you have a
it's,
formal living room and then you have
Yes.
the
yeah,
family room that's off the
yeah.
kitchen? It was in
Yeah.
his family
Yeah.
room.
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got the piano and stuff, and we shot that there, and he vastined it for sure. He vastined it. That's a verb. This has been vastined. He did that for sure, and it was great. And I have it. I have it for sure, and it's going to come out sooner than later. But I won't
We
bother
did a
y'all.
few little tributes to him last night too. A few people spoke that knew him.
Very good. Send me that recording down if you know my. That need to be a part of the movie. Did you hear me? Mm. All right. Well, I believe you all are alive. And Jerome and his church would say, this is the day the Lord has made. Could you finish it for me, Grace?
Let us rejoice and be glad in it.
I will rejoice, is what the Baptist person say,
That's it. That's it.
and
I
be
will.
glad in it.
Tough
Amen.
people ask. Yeah,
Amen in that. Amen in that.
that's
All right. Deanna nailed, ripped apart. Just wait. Cameras on, except for Melissa. She's probably driving. He's probably driving. Upon finishing driving, camera on Melissa.
I will do my best.
Well, your best is better than the average, but we'll take it. All right. Last week we talked about ease is coming. This week we're going to talk about ease is coming. But I want to tie it into what Deanna taught this morning. Deanna, pause on me. Would you explain to them what you taught this morning?
So this morning, last week, I told everyone that 2024, 2 plus 2 plus 4 equals 8. Infinity, balance, karma, cosmic order, all that beautiful stuff. That 2024 was going to be the worst, greatest year ever. So today we talked about mastering the mind and navigating thought patterns for positive reality. And we talked about identifying the recurring thought patterns and then understanding the influence that these thought patterns have on your focus and your concentration.
More details.
Okay, so we talked about how your thought, I told everyone journal. So throughout the day, just make sure you date it. And throughout the day, I'm sorry, y'all give me 1 second. Can you turn it down just a little bit, honey? I was telling everyone.
I don't even think we can hear it. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we can't hear it. Your Apple is doing a good noise cancellation job.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Oh, let me make sure I got the volume up so I can half hear y'all. Okay. Yeah, I still can't hear y'all. Okay. It was crazy this morning. Okay, but I was telling everyone to journal your day, because once you can figure out your own thought patterns and the recurring thoughts that you have, when you journal out a day, man, this ran me hot. Then you can go back and you write in the journal, this ran me hot because da 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 da, and you just run it all out. Well, you can go back later that day or later, a couple of weeks later, and you can go back and you can read that journal entry and you can start catching your thought patterns, because if you can catch your thought patterns, you can change your thought patterns. Because when you think a certain way, there's emotions that come attached with those. And those thoughts start off as a tiny whisper. Did y'all hear me that time? Because I know when I said it earlier. Okay. They start as
Wait, say it again. They start off as what?
because you could be sitting here.
She's proving a point. She's saying it started off as a whisper.
And you won't even catch it. But then 2 weeks later, you having a full-blown conversation in your head, emotions are attached to it, and you're ready to go lay hands on somebody. Well, when you go back into your journal 2 weeks later, because Dion gave the perfect example, she said, yeah, sometimes I doubt some things that I do. Well, the doubt doesn't become loud until you actually complete the project or you start it. But when you're thinking about the project, that whispers like, you sure? What if it doesn't work? What if this happens? What if that happens? What if they laugh about it? And then by the time you send it, girl, now you know you shouldn't have sent that. What that ain't like and so if you can catch your thought patterns, then you can start changing those thought patterns. And then Mr. Phil, I want to say Uncle Phil said you replace the question. So if you're asking yourself, will this work? You replace it. And you replace it, like, instead of saying, will this work? You ask yourself, man, how wonderful will this be once it works? Like you flip the question around. So that journaling helps you catch, and once you catch those thought processes, then you can start controlling the self-conversation that you have. You can start catching those patterns, those cycles of thought that you have, because once you can account for it, you can control it. And then we moved into, well, actually, I also talked about how, like I've said to everybody, I love people. I just don't like them. But in that process, I also understand that you're human. So if Damali has something going through her head and I do something that triggers her, she gonna fly off on me. Well, I can't be mad at her for flying off on me because she was triggered. But if I can control myself, I can understand that, hey, that wasn't directed at me. If I worry about myself, I will understand that that wasn't directed at me, that she has something going on, and my thought process towards Tamale would be different if I didn't know how to control my thought patterns. But then I also say you have to be careful as well, and you have to understand the difference between, if Damali goes off at me, is she being the deliverer of my karma? Or is she going through something and I need to respect the fact that she's human, she's going through something, and our emotional intelligence levels are different. And I'm called out Damali because if y'all don't know Damali got a pretty good,
Both and.
huh?
I said both and.
Okay, see, Damali's a both and person. So I also talked about that.
Everyone should be both ad people, but
Everyone should
Damali
be
was both ad people from 3rd SWAT, southwest side of Houston is what Damali was on just now. Keep going.
And if you can control because this is a year of completion, because this is a year of everything coming full circle, you also have to understand the reason why this will be the worst, greatest year ever is because your karma is going to come full circle too. And I gave everybody an example. Something happened either in December or super early this month, because we're still in January. And Grace secretly in a private conversation between me and her, she was like, "Damn, I'm so sorry." I said, "No, girl." I said, "You good." I said, "I don't feel any shape, form, or fashion. I'm not frustrated. I'm not angry. I'm not sad. You are not to blame." I said, "You're just the deliverer of my karma." Because if I would have been doing what I was supposed to be doing, this conversation would have went completely different. You're just the deliverer of my karma. So when you pause enough to understand these things, your thought process is different. And if your thought process is different, your emotions attached to that thought process would be different. Therefore, you're creating a better reality for yourself. Because we then also went into the conversation of, well, when you think a certain way, you get distracted. And when you can understand your thought process, so like, let's say you journal. And 2 weeks down the line, you like, man, da 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 da. And then this happened, and then my karma was delivered to me. You can go back 2 weeks later and be like, dang, it took me 2 weeks to do that because I got distracted 2 weeks ago and didn't even recognize that I was distracted. Didn't even recognize that self-doubt started talking in my head. Didn't even recognize that I let this entire situation distract me so much so to the point where I didn't do anything. So that's how far we had gotten in the conversation. Ooh, and then Mama Joy dropped something on us.
She did.
And she was telling us how she had to understand it's all about self-love. Because everything starts with self. My 2 sayings,
Wait a
which
minute, back up. She said she was watching me, not to give me props.
yeah, she was
She
watching
was
Antonio,
secretly watching my face on some recording
and
that
she
I
was
am still
waiting.
to this day not aware of.
She was waiting for him to blow
Was
up.
an important part. That was an important part of the conversation because she was waiting.
She was waiting for him to flip off the lid and blow up. If she was waiting for me, we would know that would have happened. But anyways, he is a lot nicer than me. You would have known I had a problem.
Well,
But
I was talking to Monique the other day and get ready to pick back up. And I was having a loser moment, which I rarely have. I mean, how many years would you say it's been that I had a loser moment? By loser, I don't mean I was being a loser. I just had that I felt like a loser moment. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Y'all are y'all old enough to wake up and go, I'm not at my full potential moment? Or are we gonna act like
Yep.
Okay, thank you so much. How many? Say it on the mic or say it on this
It's
mic. I
just
don't
you.
know.
It's just you. It
It's
ain't the
just
rest
me.
of us.
You
Just
mean-
you.
We gonna
Me?
need
How
you,
many?
why
How
not?
many
You
years
know
would
what
you
I'm
say
saying?
it's been?
Mhm.
Several years, 5 or more.
All right, so she say 5 or more. And I was like, hey, just something. And I was like, don't make it worse. And immediately badly. So I came back immediately and I saw that I would say I saw her the feelings in my first response, but I wasn't trying, it was just uncharacteristic of me. So immediately, it was immediate. And I was like, look, that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just Superman all the time. And I never have a bad day. I never complain. I keep my head down. I'm always doing what I'm supposed to do. It's difficult, but I never say nothing. I just do what I'm supposed to do. And I have the right every 10 years to just need a moment. And I'm not trying to tell you that you're doing wrong. And I'm sure I communicated that to you. That's not what I was trying to tell you. And so I probably, it was like a 2-3 minute soliloquy of me apologizing. That's not what I was trying to do. I just didn't need for somebody to compound the moment because now, and I can't be Superman right now, and I don't need you to hold me to this. Not that she was doing this. This is my head, okay? And I don't need to be held at this Superman standard right now. I just need a moment. I need a cigarette. I don't smoke, right? But then, say this, but this is where I'm at though, Phil. Like I need a cigarette. I need a key bump. I need some weed. I need and I need all this stuff. Y'all don't know what the key bump is. Keep living a Christian life. Feels stupid, right? Keep living a good Christian life. I need all this stuff because I'm just having this moment. I know I shouldn't be having it, but the pressure is different. And I told Deanna this privately, and I told Monique. I think I told Monique first and Deanna second. I said, in fact, I remember telling Monique first because we was talking about football. I say, I'm so close. Get ready to pick back up, Deanna. I'm so close. I gave it my full 20s, y'all. Y'all have to understand this. To get to understand the content, to borrow from Phil, you need to understand the context. I gave up my full 20s and my full 30s to be at this position. I'm 42, so I gave up 48.93% of my life for this moment. And Grace, keep it real, the first 20 years of my life was taken from me. That wasn't even my choice. I didn't give up those. They were robbed from me. So 96.96 of my life has been a sacrifice. And I'm learning, Susan, how not to have sacrificial love. When 96% of my life has been godly ordained to be a sacrifice. And it's a struggle. Somebody need to hear that. It's a struggle. So I need a moment. And I step back and I say, I'm not trying to. I get the power I got, and I get what I said to you. That's not what I'm trying to do. I just need you to do you. Do your Monique is the greatest family nurturing person I've ever known on the planet. No offense to none of you, but nobody in here is a better family gifted person than Alicia Monique Smith. Ain't nobody on the planet, full government
Don't put
name.
that girl whole
That
government
one,
name.
I
Don't do
mean,
that
her
girl.
social security number is 456. I'm just
Oh,
joking. All
I
right,
mean,
I'm the
just
whole first, middle,
she
and
looked
last.
at me. She looked at me. All right, I do know a social security number, but okay. Nobody's more gifted at family than her. And I was just saying, I need you to just be you. Don't listen to me, because you listen to me and you trust me and you follow me blindly. Right now, don't do that. Just need a moment. Just don't make it worse, and I will find my way back. My friends, I don't care what none of y'all say. Every man on this call is there every day, and we say nothing. We say nothing. While I had that outward moment, that is the man's life. This is why in some smart churches, there's a man's Bible study that's separate, because men feel like failures every day. Every single day, our lungs expand and contract. We don't feel like we're doing enough. And we only have value when we're subtracting from ourselves and do too much. A man is only a good man when that man risks his health. I was having a man moment, and the pressure was too much. And it took me 10, 15 years to fall. And I did not need Monique to judge me for that moment when it took me 15 years to get there. But I'm telling you, if you know a man in your life, we are hurt, we are broken, and society doesn't let us talk about it. If we do, we're weak. I'm not trying to make this about men, but I guarantee you, ain't a man on this call gonna disagree. Women don't understand men. I mean, no disrespect to y'all about that. I'm just trying to tell you that if Monique die right now, no offense, don't die, Aaron is going to grow up a boy. She is 6 years old. She'll be 7 July 2nd. Susan, she gonna grow up a boy. She gonna have women genitalia. And she gonna be changing the oil and computer programming. I can't raise no woman. She gonna grow up a boy. She would not grow up a woman. That's why she needs her mother. Flip side, that's the same thing to all you single women. You cannot raise a man, even though I'm not supposed to say that out loud. And I'm about to get like, if you want to get canceled, attack Jews and single mothers. This is
But
fastest
only to
way to get
interrupt you.
canceled.
But on the point you just said, Don asked me the other day, Mommy, why can't you raise me to be a man? I said, because I'm not a man.
We got different problems. We got different problems. There is my oldest is 15. My youngest boy is 11. They feel like failures right now and don't even know it. Don't even know it. If they know it, they told their mama, they too scared to tell their daddy. Like, this is the plight of a man. They are 15 and 11 holding grown men burdens. It's just what we do. Okay, go ahead, Trinace, and back to you, Deanna. You're giving a good. So we about to get real deep. We're ending at 8:30 by request of Tracy because she can't log on to 8. Go ahead, Trinace.
So you said women can't raise men, and I thought about it's silly, but I thought about how my sister's husband has been in Saudi Arabia for like 10 years. And she lived over there, but she's been being single mama for years now. And little Aiden, her 7-year-old, say, Mommy, I want to be just like you when I grow up. She say, okay, what does that mean? I want to take care of people and help people. She say, no, go further. What does that mean? You want to be a girl? She say, no, I don't want to be a girl. But I mean, she been the one who's been raising him, and that's who he saw mostly as the caretaker. Is my sister the caretaker and doing everything for everybody.
I got something to say here. In full support of you, and then I have something to say an opposite view of one thing you said, but it's not. Hopefully, it's not a contradiction. I fully support everything Trinace said and about this is your sister, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Good. I'm in full support of everything your sister said, what she did, etc. Shout out to that young man for wanting to be like his mama. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Until you give me more information, I don't like that she is a single mother under those circumstances. She is a mother until you tell me they divorced and he don't like her and they ain't together and stuff.
Oh, so no, it's not that. She said that's how she's been raising because
So then
he been
that's
working.
not a single mother. Then I stand on business.
Well,
here.
yeah.
No,
But
no,
she
no, no, no.
said that
I'm not
that's
trying to
been her
correct
experience.
you. Well, see, that's
That's the experience when you're
that
raising a kid by yourself and the
that's not a
husband is.
single mother. You're raising the kid by yourself because that father is providing
That's fair.
bulk tax-free money. No, I need you to hear this. I need you to hear this. You're raising that kid by yourself because a father is away at war. Did you see how I switched it up? I'm gonna do it a third time. Feel everybody gonna get me.
Yeah.
Back in before there was the feminist movement, I'm not blaming this on feminism. Before we had the term single mother Susan, Antonio would be gone for 15 years fighting with the Spartans. And the mother would raise the children. And I would not be called a deadbeat dad. I would be called a warrior. Just because the warrior has redefined itself due to capitalism, that man's a warrior. That man has left his home to provide. And trust me, if he's in Saudi Arabia, he's making tax-free money, 6 figures, and it's a lot of it. And she lives a very good lifestyle. And she can't do it. And he is paying the price for it. And he's going to eventually have a 35-year-old son that hates him because he was not there. And that's not fair. That's programming. There's a wonderful quote out there, and I'm not trying to correct you, Nathan. I'm just trying to, because so today's topic, let me tell you why I'm doing this, is infinite intelligence. That's today's topic. Today's topic. I got 13 points to give to y'all. And we are in my infinite intelligence talk inside of ease and coming. Ease is coming, but I have to explain to you what infinite intelligence is. And just to be clear, okay, he's home now, so shout out to him. Just to be clear, here is my script right here. So I don't want you to think I'm making this up. Okay. I'm glad he's home. And shout out to her for being a good woman, a good wife. And shout out to him for being a good husband. An absentee husband is not a deadbeat dad, nor does it make a single mother. It makes a warrior taking care of the tribe. And that has happened, Tanya, since the dawn of man. It's not fair, but somebody has to do it. And if you spend my money, now I'm not talking about her, I'm taking out of her now. If you spend my money, and if I send my money home, because you understand, I don't know if y'all understand how many concubines are overseas.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all understand how many concubines did I recover well, Grace? How many concubines?
Yes. Yes.
This man money can be wasted on tequila and concubines. It went home. You understand? All right. Shout out to you, Trinace. She ain't saying anything wrong. I corrected Deanna about this. I never had to correct Monique about this because she never really got it twisted. This, just because y'all ain't together no more, don't mean you ain't single mother. You co-parenting. Stop forcing these children to disrespect the tree because you want your fruit to be your king. Eyes right here, Grace. My son is my king. My God. No, that feel is where them damn fruit came from. You can't disrespect Phil and love the fruit that came from Phil. Because all you're going to do is do this cycle. Anyway, Dana, back to you. Please tell us what we continue to talk about during your class. I have my reasons. I told you I was going to co-teach. I have my reasons. It's like, oh my
Oh,
God, I don't know where to
then
pick
Mama,
up. I mean, Trinace broke the chat. I don't know where to pick up.
then
Trinace always breaking the chat.
then Mama. Oh, so we were talking about Mama Joy said, you know, she had to learn to love herself because she was going through a personal situation and she had to decide, you know, I'm doing this, but you sitting here dogging me out and mistreating me. I'm not doing that anymore. And so she had to make a decision. She realized it was about self-love. It was all about self-love. And she said when she loved herself, she doesn't allow people to poop on her love. Poop on love.
I heard that in the background. That's exact. That was an appropriate response. Don't correct him. That's
I'm
an
not.
appropriate response.
I am not. I am not. Yeah, she said her love was getting pooped on. And so she said, once I started learning to love myself, I want to, you know, she doesn't allow that anymore. And it all boils down to self-love. Your
And what
thought
did
process.
Antonio say to that?
You said
I had 3 points. I don't know if Grace, did you take points? Did you take points?
I
so
did, but they was in the chat. I put them in
one
the
point,
chat.
I remember one point was it's both and. You're
Since
not
I
supposed
needed to be valuable, that was the
Yeah.
first one. Since I needed to be valuable, I attracted people who would use. You mic down. I attracted people who would use my value.
Yep.
There you go. There you go. What was the other? What do you remember?
I remember you saying it'll be both and because people are still going to poop on your love. So I can't remember how you
No, you said it right. I'm using poetry. You're not. Number 2 was we did not come here for our love not to get pooped on. We came here to be the salt of the earth, Jerome. Poop on Ville. Hey, everybody, my name is Jesus Christ, and y'all would not poop on my love at all. Yeah, okay. That's not how that's written, Jerome. Not Matthew, Mark, Luke, or John is written to where, and they accepted Jesus gracefully. Nope. Nope. Not even close. Not even close. And then the third point was the goal is to pick the Monique and the Deanna and the Aiden and the Ashton and the Phil and the Susan and the Grace and the Jerome who won't poop on your love. So when you go give your love, you can fall back on them. There you go. Keep going.
and then that boiled down to I think that was
That was
yeah,
it.
you
That was the
closed
whole
it
class.
out.
That was the whole class. 35 minutes. Y'all clap for Deanna real quick. That was a good 35-minute
Woo,
co-teaching.
woo, woo.
All right. It's student time now. I cannot make you be a student. Y'all are grown. but this is where you should be a student. Shout out to Damali, Prairie View University. You understand? Prairie View, you understand? You understand? Yeah, we gotta represent Prairie View for real. I would ask you, what does it mean about infinite intelligence? Grace, I've gone out my way to type up a good definition of infinite intelligence. If you don't mind, if you can read, I mean, you read so well. You're the best reader in the group.
Thanks so much.
Okay.
Exploring the core concepts of infinite intelligence. One, definition of infinite intelligence. Infinite intelligence in the law of one is essentially the ultimate form of consciousness or awareness. It's described as the original thought or creative principle from which all existence originates. It's akin to the concept of God in many religious and spiritual systems, but is interpreted more as an all-encompassing consciousness.
All right. That was encompassing, but you'll be okay.
Okay,
Okay.
I said that in my head. I said it in my
Mhm.
head, encompassing.
Right. Everybody listening. There's only one thing. Aiden, listen. Ashton, listen. Ina, listen. Damali, listen. Renee, listen. Susan, listen. Monique, listen. Melissa, listen. Cheryl, listen. The rest of you, you can listen at will. I follow Jerome's Holy Spirit. So listen, there is only one thing that exists in this whole world, from this cell phone to my drinking glass that I bought like 12 years ago. It was DiSerrano, by the way. It was DiSerrano. DiSerrano, you owe me $12,000 for this video now. Oh, from Susan's beautiful golden locks. Locks just means a bundle of hair. That's all locks mean. All locks means is a group of hair. That's all it means. Goldilocks. Goldie didn't have dreads. She had a bundle of hair. Locks means a bundle of hair. Okay. Now that we're clear. There's only infinite intelligence in this planet. Nothing else. Now, Jerome goes, that don't make no sense. Okay. Let's flip it. No, I know, I'm just teasing you right now. Jerome goes, the earth is the Lord, the fullness thereof. So what you're saying is, Jerome, God made all things through him and by him and for him. And the only thing that exists on the planet is God. And you go, you got doggone right. Funny how we saying the same thing, ain't we, Phil? Neil Donald Walsh would say, there's one of us in the room. Abraham Hicks would say, there's only self. No, that's not what she would say. The law of one would say there's only self and other self. I have no idea what Abraham Hicks would say. I quote Abraham Hicks, not a lot, but she's actually the most quoted person. You know, I quote people a little because y'all know Abraham Hicks. I am prosperity has one voice. I am Ra. She would be Seth. So we're in two different ends of the spectrum, but same thing, nevertheless. Okay, same thing, nevertheless. Same thing, because it's just there's only 1/6 density. Dun 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 dun. That should have happened right there when I said that. There's only 1/6 density. Dun 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 dun. Find that, Grace. Type in dun 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 on YouTube and share that too. It's gonna work. It's gonna work. So when you do the organ, do the dun 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 dun. It's gonna have its proper place when you find it, Grace. When you find it, okay. When you find it, it's there. It's there. It's there. The internet is undefeated. It's there. There is only infinite intelligence. So what does that mean? Well, what that means, Deanna, is Monique is chasing something. And whatever she is chasing, It is infinite intelligence, comes through infinite intelligence, is for infinite intelligence. And until she realizes she is infinite intelligence, she can stop chasing at that moment. Rewind, press play. I'm gonna do it again, Susan. A few more people gonna get it. It's 15 people on the call. Another 6 of them gonna get it. Monique chasing something. That's the flaw right there. Because the only thing that exists is infinite intelligence. And everything in this, how you say it, Jerome, everything was made for Grace. Give it to me. You've been Baptist your whole life. It's about Jesus, made for him, by him, through him. It's the same. We all know it. Even if you don't know where it's at in the Bible, but you know it's in the Bible.
You just said it. Everything was made for him, by him, through him.
Great, Deanna, Google it just so we can and share it on your screen, just so we can know it's in the Bible. For him, by him, through him.
That is in there.
Is what it says. And it's talking about Jesus, because Jesus is the Logos, the idea holding the world together. You don't have to believe that. Just know that the Romans had an unnamed God holding the world together. And Paul goes, you know that unnamed God y'all got over there? That's the one I'm talking about. Anyway, go ahead, Deanna.
Grace, can you make me co-host?
Make her co-host, Grace, so she can say her screen. Through him, for him, by him. That should be a t-shirt, Jerome. Through him, for him, by him. That's all you got to say. Through him, for him, by him. And folk who's supposed to know don't know, Jerome. That's Romans 11:36. For him and through him and for him all things. To him be the glory forever. Amen. Stop your screeneth. That is infinite intelligence. It doesn't matter how you're saying it. Phil, I'm curious. I want to hit a Jerusalem Bible. Phil has a Jerusalem Bible. Give him that scripture again, Deanna. Put it in the chat or say it out loud so he can get it. I'm very curious of what that says in Jerusalem Bible, because this Jerusalem Bible is pretty accurate from what I've heard Phil when he reads it.
Romans chapter 11, verse 36. I also put it in chat too.
Thank you. So I'm setting Phil up before he goes. I want to explore I want to do 2 things. I want to explore the concepts, Jerome, of infinite intelligence, and I want to detail the insights of infinite intelligence. There's 6 points of what infinite intelligence is, and I'm going to go deeper 7 times in infinite intelligence. But here's the deal. Damali's Nigerian husband is infinite intelligence. You missed it. I'll do it again. Sam's Houstonian Ghanaian wife is infinite intelligence. And infinite intelligence never gets mad at infinite intelligence. The only time you get mad at infinite intelligence is when you're being the devil. I said what I said. What'd you say? What'd you say, Diwali?
I said, did you just call me the devil?
I did. I did. And everybody who get mad at their husband and everybody who get mad at their wife, because God don't get mad at God.
Antonio,
Come on, Susan. Holla at me.
David Jeremiah Bible says, for of him and through him and to him are all things, to whom be glory forever.
I like it. Those prepositions are a little bit different, but that meaning does not change.
Yeah.
Does not change. David Jeremiah got his own Bibles. This is the reason why I'm writing my own Bible. I gotta hurry up and finish this thing. Hurry up and finish this thing.
There it is, right there. Was there.
It is the David Jeremiah. Oh,
Bible.
You motor scoopers.
You know where I got that? Al DeSaro.
Is that right?
Yeah, he gave it to me.
I need that. You know what? I'm okay. I'm gonna get it because me and Susan are huge David Jeremiah fans. Deanna, was you finna say something, or Phil was gonna read? That's what it was. Go ahead, Phil. You got yourself muted.
What am I reading?
11:36 Romans.
36.
Yes, sir.
All that exists comes from him. All is by him and for him. To him be the glory forever. Amen.
All right. All that exists is by him, for him, or whatever words. I messed up the preposition, but y'all get
All
a
that
feel.
exists comes from him. All is by him
Uh-huh.
and for him.
Uh-huh. Y'all hear it? Comes from Antonio, is by Antonio, and for Antonio. Now, while that sounds facetious and arrogant, Jerome, it's not. Because you are homeoousis, of the same substance, is what that Greek word means, or to fit your programming, made in his image. Either way, you are the for him, you are the by him, and you are the because of him. Now, everybody pay attention. I need everybody's undivided attention for 9 seconds. I just need 9 seconds. Starting now. 1, 2. Only thing that exists on this planet is the infinite intelligence. And if you are having a problem getting something, you're disconnected from infinite intelligence. You may go back to multitasking and distracting and looking at Facebook and stuff. There you go.
Shut up, Antonio.
Can I make a
Just shut
comment?
up.
Let me hear. Let me hear more about it, Trinace, and then Damali. You go ahead. Go ahead.
Shut up. This just corrected, hopefully, my level of irritation when I repeat myself because I ain't been heard in my talking to tell you so I can help you. This is just, I think we go test this theory tomorrow because I go back to work tomorrow. No calls in tomorrow. We go test this theory. We go test this theory because I mean it makes sense. It makes perfect sense. But we not in right now. I am not in a real world setting. There is nobody in my room that's gonna talk back to me. There is nobody in my space that's gonna directly question something I told them 5 times because at my house, I am the Lord. And what I say is what I say. If you disagree, go into another room and disagree because I don't want to hear it. This is my self-talk.
No doubt. Renee said if she was wearing a wig, she'd have ripped it off. It's so
But I mean, this makes perfect sense. I'm gonna test this tomorrow, and I'm gonna test this every day because you know I'm on no correction 2.0 at this point.
2.0. I mean, that means she failed the first year. She failed the first year.
No, it means that I'm stepping my game up because at the end I came up. It came out. It wasn't perfect, but it was perfect for me because all things are perfect. So at this point, it's 2.0. Amen. Because it's time to get it on and popping. All of the stuff that I say I want is connected to my bad behavior, my traumatized behavior, my you can't talk to me any kind of way you want to behavior, my you better listen to what the fuck I said behavior. This is all connected to that. So this makes sense. So we are 2.0 at this point. They say that I have been well behaved. The manager I was having problems with, she asked me, "What did you do? Get you an earbud, girl. Get you an earbud."
No, it makes total sense. I don't have anything to add. I would just say, may the hearers and doers and speakers of God's word govern themselves accordingly to what Trinace just said, because she she just spoke facts. That's all I would say. Listen. The only thing that exists on this planet, Ina, is infinite intelligence. So it leads me to a logical number 2. Now, know that I'm pulling all of this.
Wait a minute. Don't
Oh yeah,
move
my bad, Damali. You sure right. My bad.
Hit me hard when you said that, Antonio. You said that we are the for him, by him, through him. And that hit me hard because when you called me the devil, I was mad at
Mhm.
my husband yesterday, by the way. And then Deanna hit me with this beautiful gem this morning from her daily thing that she reads and shares sometimes, which just corrected all my anger and what I could have done instead of being angry, you know.
Yeah.
And what you said a few minutes ago, that everything is through me, by me, for me, you know, I'm angry because I wanted to be angry. I'm angry because I created that situation. And that situation was for me to see it and get better. And I mean, if we are God, which we are, everything that's happening in our lives, we created it. And it's there for a reason. And either it's there to elevate us or to humble us to do something different. And
Word up.
I just that hit home when you said that.
Nah, I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. I see your hand, Grace. Damali, well, I don't need to repeat what she said, but she was convicted. That's what I'll say. She was convicted. Dan, how are you sending these messages? I thought you just sent them in like you got an email list too?
No, there are.
Shame on you. You should have an email list. She just proved to you there should be an email list. She just proved that. Whatever you fit to say, you better not say it. Because she just proved to you that in her daily life, you convicted her.
But it ain't through email though. I don't check emails ever. So
Okay, fair enough. So let me switch my need an email list to you need a list outside of our list. You have your own ministry and people that they're being convicted from you. Don't you say a word.
I'm not.
First, receive first.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Receive. Let me know when you receive, and then you can respond, and Grace go next. I got to stop y'all from talking. Y'all be doing them ceremonial. Yeah, let me tell you a ceremony. I used to tell Brian Justin this all the time. You right. I receive it. You ain't received nothing. You just talking. You just talking. That's a ceremonial yes. What that is, Phil, is you telling me to shut the blank up. If you just hurry up and shut up and move on, I can start being comfortable again. That's what you're saying. It's a ceremonial yes. That's what that is. That's what that is. Deanna, you receive. I'm gonna
I was
get
gonna leave
Phil.
my I was gonna leave my camera off. Antonio, you
Get a
slipped
Lord.
through.
Get a Lord. Get a Lord.
Over there looking cute.
Get
You
a
tried to
Lord.
get that out real
Get
smooth.
up. Get up. Get up. That's a ceremonial yes, Susan. I receive it. You right. Amen. You know me? Amen. You mean shut up, Susan. If you can stop making me uncomfortable, I can get along with my life right now. So let me say amen to you so you can move the hell on. That's what you mean.
All
So
the time.
that's
All the time.
exactly.
Yes. Yep,
I
you're
call them
right.
ceremonial yeses. That ain't in the book that way. That's something I made. That's a ceremonial yes. That's a shut the blank up. So I'm gonna tell you, yes, this is for ceremony. All right. So Deanna, after you receive,
Do it come with wait a minute. Do it come with that? I said okay.
yes, that's exactly what it came. It's a bunch of them. It's as soon as Deanna, as soon as Phil finished, I'm gonna give you all the ceremonial yeses I could think of off the top of
You
my
ain't
head.
got to. I can give them because I use
Go
them.
ahead. Go ahead.
You show right.
You show right.
Yep.
You right.
I
Yep.
heard you
You
loud and
right.
clear.
Mhm.
Yep.
Amen.
You right. I received it.
Damn.
Oh
That's
yeah.
deep. Yeah. Man, you right. I gotta
Hey,
change
I
that.
say,
Mm,
that's
mm.
me.
That's mm. Yes. Ooh wee. All them is trash. All them is trash because you ain't doing nothing to change your life. All right, go ahead and give us a comment, Deanna, Phil, and then Grace.
I receive it. Thank you, Damali. Cause I thank Damali because when you do things, you thinking it's not doing nothing for nobody, but something. And I stopped sending because Damali not the only one I send. I stopped sending for a little bit. But then something told me no, regardless, keep sending it. And I just kept sending it, kept sending it, kept sending it. And that one right there, Damali normally puts a heart, sends me a heart. That one right there, she had extra few words on that one.
Extra few words. Renee wanted to hit me with her internet shoe. You understand? Her internet shoe. That's a good shoe. That's the good shoe right there.
And I wear 12s, just to let you know.
Wear 12s. There it is. Phil, go ahead, sir. Okay. Grace, go ahead.
You said, okay, I'm going back to number one because I didn't get all of it. The only thing
Sure.
that exists is infinite intelligence. And if you're having trouble, I think you said getting something, it's because you're disconnected from
Fair
another.
enough. So I'm going to repeat that.
Okay.
And I know you taking notes, and I'm so grateful. And I want you to continue to take notes because you are one of those rare people that pay more attention when they take notes. When I take notes, I pay 90% less attention. How many of you know what I'm telling you? You read out loud, you ain't hear the words you read. You don't know nothing you just read. Like, Antonio, read this out loud to me, Grace. A, B, C, D, and I'll be like, Grace, what I just said? I don't know. That's I said, read out loud. The other had to remind me of that today. I don't like reading out loud. I don't remember nothing you just said. I understand. I completely get it. Okay, go ahead, Deanna. I completely get it. Grace, continue to take your notes. Continue to receive. But I want you to pause one quick moment. There is only infinite intelligence. Every good thing, every bad thing. I'm about to ruffle some of y'all feathers. Every baby dying with cancer. Every tsunami in Japan. Every volcano in Hawaii, or what you call it. I only know it in Spanish. Something different though. Anyway, circle of fire. Anyway, there you go. There's only infinite intelligence. Ina in France and her beautiful hair is infinite intelligence, and infinite intelligence has every count of every strand of her hair and knows what I'm stressing about. And don't take my word, because Jerome's Bible says he knows every strand of your hair. I wish I had somebody. I need a David Jeremiah fan in here to understand every strand of Ina's hair and every tear that drops from the stress of my eyes. Infinite intelligence is aware. And that's a fact. Doesn't matter if you want it in the Bible.
You heard me. That's my God. You can't tell me nothing, boy. If I want to hang with anybody other than him, if they ain't like, listen.
There you go.
Listen. Okay, I'm gonna be quiet. Okay, I'm gonna be quiet.
Grace, what I said was, there's only infinite intelligence. And if you're not getting what you want, it's because you're out of touch with infinite intelligence, because you're not being infinite intelligence. And that's a lesson Antonio needs to keep reminding himself. How many of you can relate? Back to my first point on this call. I'm so close to billionaire, change the world, remember me forever status, Susan, that it's like I'm in the playoffs now, Damali. A regular season loss. Phil, we lost. We can get them tomorrow. Playoffs is one and done. So when you lose in the playoffs, well, assuming this is one and done playoffs, you lose in the playoffs, Trinace, it hurt worse. And I've got to, Jerome, I'm just talking to me and you. Jerome, it's just me and you. Everybody else eavesdropping. They're eavesdropping. Jerome, I've had to learn. I have no problem with the opposite. I have no problem. But in this point in my life, in 2024, it hurts so bad because I'm so close. I'm losing my damn mind. Because my losses aren't the losses I'm used to overcoming anymore. They don't hit me, Phil. Let me.
You're not in the same. Your losses aren't the losses that you used to feeling because you're not where you used to be. Your losses are different because you're different. Like you're higher than you used to be. So them losses hit a lot different. And I'm starting to learn that the closer you get to the
Well,
harder
the
those
closer you, it's closer it is for you to keep your shit together.
like yeah, it's different. Stuff hit different the closer you get.
Listen, she's right. Everybody listen to me. I'm only giving a testimony. This is for Sunday testimony service. You understand? Service was supposed to be 3 hours. Now it's 5 hours.
Uh-oh, he
Like
finna
that's
tell
Black
he finna
church.
tell everybody. Tell
That's
everybody business.
for telling everybody.
That's what testimony service is.
I gotta sing a song on the way up slowly.
Oh, Jesus, stop that.
Is it walk with me?
That's it, right
And
there.
they
Lord?
walking
That's
at
I
a
gotta do
snail
all that.
pace.
Yeah,
that's
snail
it.
pace.
That's it.
Walk with me. I gotta do all that. You walk real slow. Okay. All right. Yeah, I get the point. Deanna, you're right. As a testimony to everybody listening to me, the enemy, the Jerome's enemy, the devil, the reality of the opposites, the universe is seeing if I deserve to be on the road to prosperity. And it is testing me, Tanya, to see if I am going to trust. This is my biggest failure, Phil. This is my biggest failure. Am I going to trust that source has not taken me here to hurt me? That's my biggest failure. That's my biggest failure. My biggest failure. Go ahead, Deanna. Go ahead. I need all that. I need all that.
Okay. So remember earlier when I said I was watching a video and it was like people think when you ask God or the universe to give you something, it's just going to give you something. But in all actuality, what it actually does is it presents you with the opportunity to put into practice what you ask for. So if you ask for peace, you're presented with the opportunity to have peace. If you ask for patience, you're presented with the opportunity to ask for patience. You're being presented with the opportunity to have faith in your source.
If I had pom poms, I would
I
cheer.
mean,
I'm about to let no, that's what I'm thinking. But let Susan go. Oh,
Just
Grace
trust
is.
it.
That's it, Grace. We got two of them now. Go ahead, Susan.
Just trust and obey. There's no other way. That old hymn that's still it's the same thing we're saying, really.
So we definitely saying the same thing. You're right, but it needs to be said again, Susan. So you're doing right by saying it again because ain't nobody listening. We acting like we out here just don't got no damn memories. That's what we doing. Okay, we just acting like we don't remember nothing, Jerome. Listen to me.
There's so much,
No, go ahead.
candy out there before. I mean, there's just so many distractions that weren't there before. More and more distractions all day long for people to get distracted and go a different way.
Word up. Oh, I'm sorry. That I don't know if everybody know what word up means. Y'all know that we all came in that. It's jolly good or you're saying right. Yeah. Okay, word up. Okay. Deanna, Susan, you're correct. I'm gonna say hear me again, but it's a formality. It's a fifth. It's called vocative speech. It's like saying beloved, or verily I say unto you. Verily I say that's a fifth person's point. So when I say hear me again, it's like saying verily I say unto you. I'm not saying you're not hearing me, and I'm not saying verily you're not verily. Just allow me this vocative point of speech here. Hear me again. Verily I say unto you. Let me just say verily I say unto you. Let me just say that so that I don't lose somebody. Verily I say unto you. Antonio's number one problem, Ina, right now is I'm so close that I'm not respecting that source has not taken me here to hurt me. So what I'm doing, here's the deal. Last year, source bringing me somewhere was no problem, Phil. See, they don't want to hit me, Jerome. I didn't say this was my problem forever. This is my problem in this season. Because the more you get, the more your seasons change. So what I'm trying to tell you, Ina, is right now, as your leader, Ina, I don't have enough faith in source. I got way more faith in source than all of y'all, but I don't have enough faith in source to be a billionaire. Rewind, press play.
But aren't you source?
Exactly, Jerome. You're getting what I'm saying. I am so close to billionaire status that I'm losing my mind. You know why? Jim Rohn says it best. I have not become a billionaire. So money is dwindling down to what I've become. Since I'm not mentally a billionaire, Trinace, money is finding its level in me. And to be a billionaire is a certain level of consciousness that less than 1,000% of mankind has ever achieved. I'm not just trying to do something amazing, Trinace. I'm trying to do something that if all the people on the planet were just billionaires, it'd be 2,300 people. That's not accurate because it's 2,300 billionaires right now in America alone. 2,300,000 people. Like that's what it was. When you read like the book of Genesis, there's 2 million people. This is why they can wander for 40 years and not meet nobody. It's only 2 million people, Phil. They're not in Houston, Texas. There's 2 million people on the planet.
That's the first time that ever dawned on me. Thank you. I'm
Yes.
8 years old. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, they stumping. They walking around Jericho, Monique, for 7 days. Ain't meet nobody but them. The whole walls of Jericho for 7 days. Ain't meet no new person. No new person, Phil. That don't make no sense. Ain't with no traffic, with no stopping lights, with no police, because there wasn't that many people. Genesis chapter 11, the Tower of Babel, is something like 16,000 people. Just so we're clear. Antonio's problem. Right now, I was transparent last week. I'm transparent this week. And I'm definitely, I'm done once you're trying to be transparent in front of my kids because my kids, they listening. Even if they're not listening, they listening. They're probably secretly on TikTok right now. They listening.
They are.
My 6-year-old on YouTube, I can hear YouTube in the background. She listening. She listening. Listen, I'm telling you right now, Antonio's number one problem, Phil, is for some reason, I stopped trusting source and start trusting self. I gotta hire the right people. It's starting to make sense now.
Watch yourself.
I gotta code the right code. Phil, I've let go of randomness. My whole life has been about I'ma do my part and randomness, do your part. Not no more. I gotta make sure I get the right and the do the dot and the semicolon here, and I gotta make it sure and I can't mess up. Who serves a God? And when you can't mess up, that's a Baptist God. I'm sorry, my bad. I ain't mean to be offensive. My bad. I shouldn't have said that. My bad. I should have. I should have said that. I'm gonna get in trouble. Consider before you throw stones at me, I'm a Baptist preacher, so just before you throw stones at me. But you get the point. You get the point.
We're gonna need to see you in the office after this.
Immediately. I'm just saying that it is Antonio. I'm just talking about Antonio, Joe. Just keeping it real. Antonio, I got all the faith in the world.
Antonio,
I'm
Antonio,
I'm trying to help, brother. Go ahead.
as much as you are communicating, as much as you are talking,
Mhm.
if I'm receiving on a intellectual level or higher level, if I'm getting this, sir, here's the bad news. What you're going through
Talk to me.
is inevitable.
You right.
You don't have any choice in the matter, sir.
I just realized it was inedible like 9 hours ago. But keep going though.
Oh,
You got there
stop.
before me.
it's it's inevitable because where you started from to where you're going, you're going to listen to me. You're going in the right direction, okay? But it's inevitable, and that when that transition comes, that's what you're going through. You're going through that transition,
Yep.
but you didn't have to go through it before, Antonio. But you got to go
Never.
through it now.
I'm gonna prove you right.
Hello.
I'm gonna prove you right. I never tried to be 6 figures on my plan. In my whole life, I never tried to be 6 figures. 18, I was already there. I was selling CDs. I was selling $20 CDs outside of Walmart in Galveston, Texas, and 30,000 people an hour was coming through Walmart, and boom. Never tried. I went to the Army loaded. Loaded. Number one. I never tried to be a millionaire. I didn't know my net worth hit million until I filed my taxes. Like, you can't do this. You can't do that. You admit. I never tried. The only thing I ever tried to do in my life field was be a billionaire. And now that I'm knocking on the door, I can't think straight. Y'all not hear me. Everything y'all ever give me credit for, everything, people go, I got a whole bachelor's degree. I got that by accident. I got a whole master's degree. Got there by accident. No, hold on. Sinead, I saw your hand. Put your hand. You ain't gotta put your hand. I don't remember you. Just listen to me. I got my bachelor's and my master's by accident. It can't be accident, Antonio. You went to school. Nope. That's not what happened. That's not what happened at all. Let me tell you what happened. My bachelor's, I went through 3 cars, 2 repossessions. 1 car I got repossessed, and I didn't owe no car payment. Monique laughing. Didn't even owe no car payment. The engine went out and I couldn't afford to live $4,000 bills, so they just sold the damn car. And the car was paid off. I paid off that car after 3 years of payments. I kid you not. I'm dead serious. Monique laughing right now. I had a DVD player up in there and everything. I loved that little car. It was a white something. I don't even know what it was, but I loved it. I loved that car. It had a drop top. I mean, a little sunroof, all that stuff. I love that car. I love that car. I did all that. But you know how I graduated, Phil? When my car got possessed, Tempest had her car. When her car got messed up, I had my car. And I just happened to have luck. She had a car or I had a car, and I got to school every day. I didn't know what I was going to do. I need y'all to hear me. I need y'all to hear me very well. I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't know how I was going to pass. I didn't know how I was going to pay for schools. I just showed up every day. They was going to kick me out. Y'all didn't hear me. Y'all did not hear me. They just going to kick me out. They gonna have to say, Mr. Smith, your financial aid is. And every day I showed up, they was like, well, here's another loan. I showed up. I didn't show up smart, Damali. I showed up. My bachelor's was luck. My master's was luck. Cause I just kept showing up, Susan. But you can't show up to billionaire status. They not hearing me. They not hearing me, Phil. You cannot show up to billionaire because the only way you show up to billionaire is make a lot of millionaires. And I don't have the wherewithal, the forthwith, the intellect, the products. And every day I wake up, and I told Deanna this. Every day I wake up, I go, I don't know if I can do this. And I get up and I do it anyway. And I tell y'all, let's go, y'all. I tell y'all, let's go. An hour after, I tell myself, I don't know if I can do this. If it wasn't for meditation, this whole thing would have fell apart. You missed it. I'll say it again. I am winning because of meditation. Because every day I wake up in the morning, Phil. Every day I wake up, I hope y'all play this 10 years from now on my VH1 special of how I made it. Every day I wake up, I think to myself, what the hell am I going to do this morning? Because I'm in uncharted territory. There's no path for me. Where's a black billionaire that didn't rap out this mother scooter? Well, you say, well, you know, the Robert guy did it. Yeah, but he was investing and secretly did it. I don't know how the hell he did it. Don't nobody know how he did it. He just did it. I'm telling y'all, my problem, Damali, is I wake up every morning and I'm nervous. And I wake up every morning and I don't know what to do. And the reason why I wake up every morning and I'm nervous and I don't know what to do, because I am not trusting that I am source and I already know what to do. And that is a fact.
But you've never walked this road before.
Never.
And you don't have an example before you that's walked this road before.
No.
So guess what, Mr. Smith? You take it one damn step at a time and you keep it damn moving.
You're right.
Because
You're absolutely
because
right.
You know what I'm
I like
gonna
that
do.
energy. And
You
I like
know
that
what I'm
energy
gonna
you
do to
gave me.
you.
I like that energy you gave me.
I'm gonna be right behind you with my foot right up your behind, saying, "Get this
Cuss me
damn
out,
train
sir.
moving."
Cusseth me out it, sir. I appreciate it.
Hello.
That's what I need.
Hello.
That's what I need. I am genuinely Jesus going to the cross. I don't mean that in some way you think it's arrogant. I got no example. And I know where I'm going is nothing but crucifixion. But I know I got to do it. And that is scary as hell. I told Monique, I told my boys, I told them, it was like last week, or if it wasn't last week, it was a week before, it was a week and a half ago. I looked at all of them in the eyes. I told my little girl to come in, I had all four of them, and I said, look, I don't know what I'm doing, but I know I'm gonna do it. Now, here's the deal. I have invested every last dime that I have back into the company because cash is trash. I have kept this money moving. And I told them, I'm either going to be right or y'all are going to have to pick up where I left off. And I'm willing to risk it all. I looked at my boys and I told them that I'm either y'all finna get a whole new house this year and I'm gonna be right and I'm gonna look like a genius and I'm gonna change our lives forever. Or I'm gonna be wrong and I'm gonna change our lives forever. Either way, y'all gonna be changed. I told them that. If it wasn't last week, it was less than 10 days ago for sure. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't understand why people keep thinking people who know what they're doing know what they're doing. We don't know what we're doing. I am confused.
We don't care if you don't know what you do.
I don't. I'm confused. I'm
I'm
scared.
gonna tell you why.
Go ahead.
Antonio T. Smith Jr., this is real talk. Real talk. So with all the stuff that you have encouraged us to do,
right,
taught us to do, brought us to a place of past, from how you say that word, familiarity, past there. The point is that you were able to get us past the speed bumps that we didn't know even existed. There had to be something to hold on to.
Amen.
So now that you are coming into the fullness of billionaireship, because you were already a billionaire. You can't be something that you are not. So to be in it, to have it titled as such, you already are. And God is only showing you what's next. You have to lean not into your own understanding. That's why you don't understand it.
Word up.
But you do understand it because you're leaning on his understanding. So there has to be something that's greater and bigger than you.
Not only
You know what
did
I'm
you
saying?
just speak facts, you just gave me peace that surpasses all understanding. Y'all clap for Sandra.
That part.
You understand? Sandra reminded me when I was in the trash can, I was already a billionaire. I hadn't thought about that until she just said it. Anyway, go ahead. Go ahead, Trinace. We just trying to, we just.
Your grace.
There you go.
I know
Go
that's
ahead,
right.
Trinace.
So I have a couple of thoughts, and I wrote down so I wouldn't forget because you were saying a lot.
A whole lot, because I was being very transparent.
So I understood is basically we are all at a fork in a road. All of us, we are at that fork in a road.
Every
So
present day.
that's A Change Is
Every
Gonna
present
Come by
moment.
Sam Cooke. That song by A Change Is Gonna Come is by Sam Cooke. A change is going to come for all of us, good or bad. We just have to make that decision to make us who we are, see it come to fruition, or we can take the other way and think that we are and don't take the steps, because it's all about steps. It's all about steps going in that direction or the opposite direction. It's just like making a decision or not making a decision. When you don't make a decision, you've made a decision. So we are all at this point, all of us, we haven't, we are, whatever you call yourself, you are that. Then you have to begin to learn how to understand what that is, first of all, and then how to operate in that change. Because you mentioned that as you elevate, as you ascend, the different things keep coming up. That's the change. That's the change. That's the fork in the road. That's whatever label you want to put in it. The Christians like to say new levels, new devils. Ain't that what they say? At least I've heard a couple of pastors say new levels, new devils. Well, I mean, I don't know that it's new levels, new devils when you consider we are good and evil and we the devil. That's my thought process. I don't know how y'all feel about that. That's my thought process. If we good and evil, we God and the devil. Right? So that trauma, that thing, that experience, that whatever it is holding you back from becoming what you are, you have to discover what you are first. So many of us don't even know who we are. You know that you are already a billionaire. You just have to go through those levels, those whatever that it could be for you to move up to that. And that's our journey every day, or our journey that we don't acknowledge every day.
Amen. I'm not gonna say to that, right? They clapping for you already. I mean, it's 100%. It's 100%. Listen, we got to get out of here. We got an hour left due to but I want to Sandra, thank you. Trinace, good job to you, because both of what y'all said can only be understood after 50. Look, a lot of this ascension, Tanya, is real, but some of it come after 50.
No doubt.
What's the point of being 50 if you don't get no extra mental benefits from it? If you ain't getting no mental benefits for 50, why God let you be 50 then?
So you know what? And I'm glad you said that, because a lot of my thought process I was thinking a whole, I told you how the Facebook memories like to show you who you were. They love that. They love to show you what you ate, what you drank, what you posted. And what's been interesting to me is some of the stuff that I have posted that were based on the thought. But now at 50, I understand why I had that thought. I understand why I had that thought, what that thought means. I don't know what it meant. I did not know what I meant when I said it. Connect to right now. Didn't you teach a couple of weeks ago that we have memories of stuff because we are living in the past and the future and the present all at the same time. So that's
All
where
at the
our
same
memories are
time.
coming from.
That's correct. That's not gonna change.
Okay. So you need to remember that when you having your little Antonio hissy fit that you be doing, whatever you doing over there. Think about that. And think about you've already been here before. You already conquered that thing. And maybe you have your hissy fit 5 minutes instead of 20. I don't know.
Well, I definitely identify. Okay, first off, you not just right. You were so right. I want to punch you in the face, but I can't do that because you're a woman. That's how right you are. You like super right. Okay, you're super right. Number one. Number two, I realize what my problem is. This is the first year I've ever wanted anything. I spent my whole life not wanting nothing. Now, I'm not sure where it came from, Susan. I'm not sure if I was ignorant and didn't want to want nothing, or I was arrogant and thought, shit, but I need to want something for. I'm not sure which one it was, but it worked out for me. Wanting is not of God. Uh-oh, I said something there, boy. I said something there. A lot of y'all pray from a place of want. God don't want nothing. God is all. Put that in your Bible study.
Okay, because Byron, oh my God. Okay, Byron Golden. I haven't
Lord, you
listened.
about to have me. You about to have them kick me out the Bible study. You already know they probably already contemplating based on my last Bible studies. They about to kick me out if I say this one.
Might be. They just might be. They just might be. Go ahead, Grace.
Byron Golden. I hadn't listened to it all the way yet. I hadn't had a chance to, but it's you know how when they do those thumbnails and whatever the title is looks interesting, and I clicked on it. I forgot what the name of the title was, but the first thing he said when he came on, he said, stop asking God for money for your rent. Stop asking God for money for your. God is not going to give you money." He said, "Stop praying to God for this money, because one, you can't do God's part, and He's not going to do yours." I said, "Oh, okay." And that's why I had to stop. I had to stop because I had to go do something else, and I couldn't listen.
First off, that's a stop moment. That's a pause. Who the hell are you talking to like this?
First of all, okay.
Listen, y'all. Listen. I'm last week I tried to be transparent. I'm trying to be transparent this week. I'm just talking to Damali. I ain't talking to Damali and Jerome. I'm just talking to Damali and Jerome. The rest of y'all just eavesdropping because y'all nosy. Y'all knows it. Just me and Damali and Jerome talking. I lost myself in wanting to be myself. I lost myself by looking into the future, Susan, and going, "Yeah, that's who I'm going to be." I didn't get here doing that. That's not how I got here.
But it does not yet appear what you shall be. Come on. When he appears, you shall be like him.
It sounds like you're in the book, Jerome. You better stop. Stop in the book.
You
better stop in the book. Don't you be in that book no more, Jerome.
Wait. Okay.
I got you. You ask all your questions. Everybody pause. Don't nobody say nothing. It's me and Grace time. All y'all eavesdropping with y'all knows yourself. Grace, ask all your questions.
Okay, you said that's not how you got here, right? But what got you here won't get you there. You said it all the time.
That's true. I'm not sure if that applies in this situation.
Okay.
Due to the fact that for the first time, I am the heathen or the Pharisee standing in the corner of the street, praying out loudly, "Lord, make me this. Verily I say unto you, they have their rewards."
Okay, you just had to make it make sense. All right.
But thou, when thou speakest, Go into that closet and shut that door. See, I got here the whole time knowing see, when you know internally that you are unstoppable, they call you arrogant. They say, oh, I don't know. It's just something about him I don't like. I don't know. It's something about Damali. I don't know. I mean, why they marriage still lasting, Damali? You know what I'm saying? I don't understand. I mean, I promise you, Damali has lost 2 or 3 friends because her marriage still lasting. I promise you, I ain't asked her. She ain't say that loud. I promise you it's true. Okay, she say 1, not 2 or 3, but 1. So here upon me this day, I lost myself wanting to be a billionaire. I damn near became a billionaire knowing that's what the hell I am. The moment I got close and start wanting it, I got far away from it.
But Mr. Smith,
That's making
you know
Okay.
that what God has in store.
Jerome, Damali, Deanna, go ahead.
You know what God has in store for you is greater than billionaire status. You know that, sir, don't you?
No doubt.
Okay,
And here's the crazy part, Jerome. I 100% feel like I'm the world's first trillionaire or in that number. In that number.
Come on.
But I want this billion. I got more passion about this billionaire, but that passion is not passion, it's fear masquerading as passion to me.
Wow. Wow.
See, I'm okay with being honest with me. Damali finna go next to Indiana. It's Phil, it's not confidence. You're not, Susan, you're not confident about the game plan and you go over it every night and at 12 o'clock at night. That's not confidence. That's fear masquerading as preparation. Somebody need to hear that. Confidence is going. Confidence is still going. All right, Susan. Well, ain't no sense in me studying no more. I got it. If I don't got it, I ain't got it. And then he go and get a 99 on it. Like that's what confidence is. Ain't no sense in me playing. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. That's confidence. But to panic and to worry and to claim that off as due diligence, that's not confidence. You're in a different territory now, Antonio, and you are now acting like a poor person in this billionaire lifestyle you're trying to get. If you stop trying to get it, it'll come. Go ahead, Damali.
That makes a lot of sense. I think Susan or Phil, when we were talking about writing affirmations maybe like a year or 2 ago, and they one of them said, don't write your affirmations with the statement "I want," because when you do that, your subconscious puts you in a perpetual state of wanting, which means you'll never be that or have that because you're setting yourself up to always be in want. So I can see how you wanting has really affected what's going on with you because that really changed something for me because if our subconscious is reacting to the words we're saying and that word want puts you at a place where you don't have it, but you're always wishing for it, looking for it, hoping for it, not seeing it and not knowing that you are it or you have it, I see where you are, brother. And yeah, I can see how that state of want is really affecting you, but I'm glad you came out of it.
Wantingly, I have come out of it. I am completely out of it. Thank God for me, I was only in it for like 36 days or something. I wasn't in this for 36 years, some of it 36 years, 36 days. It came from me wanting a strong quarter one. I need a strong quarter one because I'm gonna do this. And that's an alignment that was out of alignment. The motive, no, not the motive. The objective was great. The motive came from a place of fear, not love. Phil gets what I'm saying. It did not come from a place of love. It came from a place of fear. Okay, go ahead, Phil, and then Dion.
Well, by wanting something, you're admitting you don't have it.
Class can be over right there. It can be over right there, but we're gonna hang around for traits. But it can be over right now, doggone there. You
That's why
understand what I'm saying?
Abraham Hicks tells you go downstream,
Yeah,
let go.
that's right. Don't
That's
swim upstream. Don't swim upstream.
that's what you taught us. That's it right there.
Yep. Don't swim upstream. That's what she says. Don't swim upstream. Just because life is not meant to be that way. All right, Deanna, before you go, let me just say this one thing. Some of y'all minds ought to be blown off your heads.
Okay, because I don't. Oh my God.
It's okay. You should no. Bring your confusion to me. My yoke is easy. My burdens are light, as far as lighter than yours. Okay, as far lighter than yours. My yoke is far easier than yours. I can do what you can do, which what takes you a month takes me a day. A phone call. No, it's 100%. I just called Ken today. I said, Ken, I need 3 calls. I did. That's what I need. That's what I need. That's what I said. That's what I said. 100%. One phone call. And I made another phone call and said this. And I'm going to tell you what that was. I said this. So keep your confusion. Just bring it to me. But hold on. Don't try not to get frustrated. If you get frustrated with confusion, again, to borrow from fear, you're just admitting you don't have the answer. I had to remind Deanna this last night. And I say, no, wait a minute. I had to. I'd be having to check Deanna in these unchecked ways because she just too freaking her. I say, now listen. Now, if you're struggling with something, that means you got the answer. Deanna, please back me up and let them know I told you this here. You're struggling with something, you got the answer. If you're struggling, you got the answer. Y'all heard what she said. It just means you got some sort of issue. And I haven't told her this yet, but I'm gonna tell you now. You remember that conversation? I'm gonna tell you now so everybody can hear because it's appropriate now. We're gonna tell you then, but it's appropriate now. Her problem is she ain't living in the present. She living in the past. Every time she say, I don't want this, she's in the damn past. I wanted to say that. I swear to God, Jerome, I swear, as God is my witness, I wanted to say that so much last night, but it would have been inappropriate. So I took that L. I don't give a damn what's going on down her head right now. She can deny all she wants to. She can reject all she wants to. The only way for y'all to struggle is to not be in the present. If she stopped being in her past preferences, she would get her present glory. I don't even know. I spit facts. I just can't spit these facts when people who know well in they facts. So I just take that loss and shut up. If she stayed in the present, her life, her body, her mind, her soul, her harvest will say, you should not have a problem with that. I have given upon you abundance. You're doing this and you never could. You're doing this and you never could. You're doing this and you never could. Body doing this and it never could. And it never could and it never could. And she can count 16 other never coulds. But if you stay present, you will never struggle. Every time y'all struggle, it is because you're in your past preferences and biases. But you can't tell folk who know stuff, any stuff. You can't tell Christians nothing, and you can't tell spiritual new age folk nothing. I'm not of new age thinking. I'm not a Christian. I'm not nothing. What I am is a scientist. I go into everything doubting it. Damali, ask me if it's a God. I don't know. I have no idea. And I'm not trying to have an idea. I am open to Susan's argument of the existence of a God. I just know as long as babies die of cancer, Susan is going to have to tell me God works in mysterious ways. And that's going to always be the God of the gaps for me. And she's going to have a problem with that. Now, she's going to justify that problem with some sort of philosophy. But I'm not disagreeing with Susan. I'm open to Susan because I'm not trying to be right, Deanna. I'm trying to learn the truth. The moment you know the truth is the moment you stop learning the truth. But you can't tell y'all nothing. Can't tell you nothing. You can't tell y'all nothing because as long as you know everything, you can't be filled with anything. And when I say that, you're like, "What? Don't talk to me like that." Deanna, everything you said to me yesterday and the day before was wrong. You weren't wrong. You were arrogant. What is arrogant? To not receive new information. I didn't say nothing. Did I say? Tell him if I said something to you, Deanna. I took it. No. Tell him.
No, you did.
I took it on the chin. You cannot struggle with anything in the present. Let's go to Deanna real quick. And I'm coming to you, Grace, and I'm coming to Sandra. Everybody listen. Y'all ready? Deanna, are you breathing?
Yes, I am.
So everything you got going on, ear draining and everything else, life is good though.
Yes, I'm breathing.
And no, that's not just because you're breathing. Life
Oh,
is good.
yes.
Life only stops being good for you when you stop being in this moment.
Gotcha.
Okay, no. Everybody listen to me. I dare everybody on this call to listen to me. The only time you start stressing is when you stop being in this moment. Nobody's exempt from that. I don't know. I'm going to pay my bills. So you're not present no more, huh, Grace? You're in the future point in which you've been evicted. Y'all don't want to hear me. That's all right. You don't have to hear me. You don't have to hear me. I'm telling you. Eckhart Tolle, Phil got it right now. A New Earth. Phil got the book. Hell, hold the book right now. Eckhart Tolle, A New Earth. Listen to me. I'm not trying to embarrass nobody. I'm not trying to disagree with nobody. I need Trinace, you actually right. You 1,000% right. Ignorant as a child. Guess what children do? Children are in the present. Children, hey, mom, I'm 6 years old. Don is not 8 years old talking about, you know what, mom, when I get my credit score of lies. Don wants his VR headset and some hot dogs. Don's biggest problem right now is if my mama gonna give me some pizza rolls. Y'all don't want to hear me, man. Deanna, please tell me where I erred.
No, he didn't.
Can you imagine if you grown folk would start worried about, am I gonna get some pizza rolls later? Life would be so much simpler. Listen to me. I promise I'm gonna get to y'all. But listen to me, man. Deanna, specifically you. I've called out everybody. I'm calling you out now, but I'm not doing it in a negative way, but I'm calling you out. You're wrong. You're not wrong because you're unintelligent. You're wrong because you're not present. And the present is your God blessing you with the people you need to be blessed with, and you're missing it. You know why I can forgive the way I forgive? Because when Grace do something stupid, when Jerome do something stupid, I'm just saying names. Nobody's doing nothing stupid. When Deanna do something stupid, when Aiden do something stupid, when Monique do something stupid, when Ashley do nobody's doing nothing stupid. Nobody ever does something stupid. Just listen to me. It's because I see who Monique is. It's because I know no matter what happens to Monique, for Monique, by Monique, I would never leave her nor forsake her. It's because no matter how much she gets upset with me or happy with me, I see who Monique is. She is the perfect Mary like like, Catholic Mary like vessel. 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 She is what you call it? Phil incarnate. What do they call Mary? Jesus, Mary, incarnate. It's
Oh, I know what you're
incarnate.
talking about.
Immaculate
Yeah.
conception.
Yeah.
Monique is the immaculate conception of this family. Immaculate conception means that Mary was an angel, not born of human sperm, which is the reason why Jesus was able to come through her without human sperm. Therefore, Jesus did not share in the sin of Adam from human sperm. So Jesus was not responsible or consequential for total depravity. That means he did not share in hell or the punishment of sin. This is what Catholics believe about Mary and Jesus, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Grace can't buy into that because Grace believes that all people share in Adam's sin and all people shares in Adam's curse. She's not a tulip Calvinist, but she definitely believes in the T, Phil. Total depravity. She definitely believes in the T. The ULIP, she don't believe, but that doggone T, Grace believes in it. And I'm just saying that Monique is the most God-giving, perfect creature in our household. And it's my job to keep her thinking in the present. And when she don't, it's my job only, Grace, to see her as the Immaculate Conception. So when she do something to me, I'm not supposed to make a meaning out of it. Because the only time I make a meaning out of what Monique does to me is I stop being present and seeing her as Immaculate Conception, and I go to the past and say, "You got me fucked up." Did y'all hear me? All right, go ahead, Deanna. Speak your piece, take your time. Grace, you next. We talking today. Y'all gonna get this therapy today. Oh, well, no, Phil, you first, because you're always short. Then Deanna, go ahead.
To the mature mind, understanding replaces forgiveness.
Praise God. Understanding replaces forgiveness. I don't need to forgive you if I understand something occurred and you reacted. Go ahead, Deanna. Take your time. Do not rush. Because wait. Look at me right here. Through your testimony will his stripes. Okay. My bad. Okay. That was for Grace. That was for Grace and Jerome. Through your testimony will people be saved. Through your ignorance will they be intelligent. Go forth.
So I just wanted to confirm and make sure I understood what you were saying earlier. So when you want, you stress. But when you know, that's when you live. That's when you get to your destination with ease.
Right. So I have the answer is yes. I have a contentment. Hold on, real quick. I'm going to type contentment. So if I go, I spell contentment. Right? Content. Let me just put content. When I type in my notes,
EMPT, contempt, CONTEMPT.
put law of contentment. Actually, I'm gonna put
Do
possible.
wait, do you mean like I am content or I'm in contempt?
Oh, I'm in contentment. There you right. You right,
Oh, okay,
Grace. I was
okay.
doing a court law. I was doing a
Yeah,
court
you
of
were.
law.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, it's a
You
court of law. That's why I
talk
didn't pull up.
about okay, yeah. You talk about Paul. I am content and whatever. I did that for Jerome.
Oh, my bad. Okay, you did it for me too, Grace. You did it for me too. All right. I have a whole sermon. No, wait, Deanna, you coming back? You coming back? February 8th, 2019, last time I did it. It's called Law of Contentment. Y'all see it up here? It's on the screen. It's on the screen. Wait, okay, watch this here. Define contentment. A state of mind in which one's desires are confined to his lot, whatever it may be. Freedom from anxiety or worry, The idea of contentment comes from the Greek word that means independent or self-sufficiency. But the Apostle Paul used the word in a Christian sense to show a real satisfaction or sufficiency comes from God. I can do all things through Christ. As long as your earnings exceed, as long as your yearning exceeds your earnings, you will always be in bondage. Oh no, you're going, yo, no, Deanna, I don't give a shit. Everybody else, y'all eavesdropping. This is for Deanna only. As long as you're yearning. Remember, Antonio said Antonio said he is in bondage all 36 days because he's been wanting. As long as your yearning exceeds your earnings, as long as what you want
exceeds what you're doing,
you will always be in bondage. So the conversation you had with me last night, you're yearning for something that has nothing to do with your earning in your present. Therefore, you are in bondage and you're taking it out on everybody else. Now, watch this here. Here are the effects. Grace, read this for me, please.
Excuse me. The effect of always wanting more.
Just number one, go ahead.
More fatigue.
Hold on, we're gonna stop the screen, Grace. Y'all, Susan fit the Baptist Black church shout all over her house because I'm about to bring some scriptures that focus. Jerome will be like, damn, that was in the Bible. Where was that in the Bible?
He
Watch
put it
this.
in there today, Jerome. He put it in
Okay,
there.
I snuck these scriptures in here today, Jerome. Read the scripture, Grace. And I dare y'all Google it and bring it up. Deanna, this is for you. And don't you deflect. Go ahead.
More fatigue, tired all the time. Proverbs 23:4, New Living Translation. Don't wear yourself out trying to get rich. Be wise enough to know when to quit. I'm stopping making sales calls right now. I'm just playing. Okay. Number 2, more expenses. Ecclesiastes 5:10 and 11. The more you have, the more people come to help you spend it. So what is the advantage of wealth, except perhaps to watch it run through your fingers?
The great apostle Biggie Smalls, Christopher Wallace said,
more money, more problems.
More problems. There you go, Grace. Thank you so much. Keep going.
Number 3, more anxiety. Ecclesiastes 5:12, Living Bible. The man who works hard sleeps well, whether he eats little or much, but the rich must worry and suffer insomnia. What?
Well, that's in the Bible, Grace.
But wait. I'm not understanding because
We'll come back to it. We'll come back to it. It's not about being rich. This seems like it's about being rich. It's about Antonio's want to be a billionaire that's causing him insomnia.
To worry and suffer. So I got you. Okay.
Instead of just doing diligently and working hard in my gifts, because my gifts will make room for me, Jerome. I'm out here wanting. Where's Deanna? I said I was talking to you. Don't you multitask. All right, there you go. Go ahead, Grace.
4, more conflict. Proverbs 15:27. Being greedy causes trouble for your family, but you protect yourself by refusing bribes. Okay.
I ain't know nothing. That's in the Bible. Okay. So hold on, Grace, before we get number 5. Wanting more brings more fatigue, more expenses, more anxiety, more conflict, and now more dissatisfaction. Please read it, Grace. Wrench around and wrench it out. Y'all love Philippians 4:13.
God bless. More dissatisfaction. It's foolish to think wealth brings happiness. Philippians 4:11-13. Not that I was ever in need, for I have learned how to be content with whatever I have. I know how to live. See, this thing King James, it ain't hitting right. Anyway, I'm gonna just read it. I know how to live. I know how to live on almost nothing to be abased, or with everything to be abound. I have learned the secret of living in every situation, whether it is with a full stomach or empty, with plenty or little. For I can do everything through Christ who gives me strength.
All this time, y'all been telling I could do all things through Christ. That is not what that scripture means. That scripture means I know how to be broke. The whole time y'all been running, I do all things to Christ. I know how not to like my marriage. And I'm okay with that. Because I can do all things through Christ and I can make this thing work. I know how not to like my financial situation. But that's okay. I can do all things through Christ. And I can make sure I appreciate my financial situation. My husband is going to get his motor scooting head knocked off. But that's all right. Because through all things, I can love my husband even in his ignorance. That's what Philippians 4:13. And y'all got tattoos on it. Don't even know the damn meaning. Grace, read these last 5 so I can get back to Deanna.
There are 5 damaging things that happen to you when you don't follow the law of content. 1, wanting more brings more pain. Wanting more brings more debt. Wanting more brings more worry. Wanting more brings more problems. Wanting more brings more dissatisfaction.
Grace, you better preach. That's a whole cold sermon you wrote back in 2019. You better preach, Grace. You must be a good preacher. Go ahead, Phil. We coming back to Deanna. Deanna, get ready to unmute your mic.
Wanting arises from the ego's delusion that you are separated fragments, that is disconnected from the power that lies behind all creation. Through enjoyment, you link into that universal creative power itself.
See? Phil should have read that to me 37 damn days ago, and I went to whip through when I went through. Listen, y'all. Listen, Linda, listen. That's a viral video. Y'all may not know about it. Yeah, pay attention. Deanna finna go in 15 seconds. That was all facts. That ain't had nothing to do with me. I didn't make that up. Ena, that wasn't me. That preached itself. Wouldn't need no Grace. That's one of them sermons don't even need no shout. Text shout for itself. Text shout for itself, Deanna. Every single thing you said in the last 48 hours, even today. I'm trying. Because you ain't present. I knew this then. I didn't say nothing. You ain't present. If you be present, then you'll be blessed. Y'all problem is you are losing your blessings because you have a past preference. My husband ought to do this. Okay, that's a past preference. I call it programming. If you just pause right now, Antonio, and be content. See, that's my damn problem, Phil. I want to be a billionaire. If you be content that the fact that your damn kids is alive, and Phil and Susan believe in you, that you got 30 doggone employees plus, if you just chill the blank out, we'll get here. Oh, but you want to want now. You ain't wanting all these years. All of a sudden, you want to want. I ain't did nothing else, Susan, but talk about me all call. So if anybody's offended, you offended. I crucified myself. Okay, go ahead, Deanna, before they get upset. Jerome, I crucified myself. I got nails in my hands. All right, okay. When they come to you privately, I don't like Antonio. He said, I crucified myself. All call. Okay, go ahead, Deanna. Go ahead. And don't you speed up, because Tracy about to clock in at 8. Give us everything, because by his stripes we are healed. By your stripes we will be healed. Come on now.
That's all I wanted to say. I wanted to clarify what you were saying. I want to clarify from my understanding what you were saying about wanting.
Grace preached the whole sermon.
Yeah.
Did you get your clarification? No, did you get your clarification, or you still? Hold on. Don't unmute your mic. We don't mind hearing Don. Everybody listen to me. You know how somebody spit these facts and you be like, fuck that shit though. Because I ain't. You're not really trying to say that though, Susan. But that ego is like, you don't understand. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Am I the only one with the ego? I got the only ego here. Tanya ain't no ego.
Nope.
Okay,
You're
okay.
not
Me,
alone.
So
me,
you
me,
know,
Damali, and Renee. Okay, and now Deanna, we got egos. Because I be Phil, Jerome. I'd be like, Phil
I'm
be
a
like,
Leo. Of course I have an ego.
Okay.
have mercy. You know what? Then all your husband problems is your fault. God doggone Leo. Okay.
They really are.
They really are. They really are. Okay, listen. I'm just saying that I'm about to ask Deanna the same question. I'm not saying I picked up on something. I'm just gonna ask her, did she go, I hear you, but or is she ever, because if you truly heard me, not just her, but y'all, if y'all truly heard me, second person plural, then by scientific default, every problem and hindrance you would have, Trinace, fades away automatically. Any distrust, any unease, if you accept the new truth by court of law, Susan, you must now acquit that truth. Deanna, I ask you again. Do you blank? Not putting your business out there, that's up to you. But if you're present, you only got to answer out loud unless you want to. I don't mean to trap you. In fact, we're going to come back to Deanna. If you want to answer, you can send me a private message.
I got a comment.
Okay, you can send me a private message now if you want to answer Deanna at any time. If not, I'm just going to assume you got your lesson. Go ahead, Greg. Jerome.
So and Deanna, I'm not trying to save you, girl. Because if you need to fall on your sword, fall on your sword, whatever.
Well, she just texted me, I got my lesson. If you got your lesson, you have a moral obligation to say it out, not the details, but through your stripes, somebody here is hiding behind you.
Yes,
Through your
yes.
stripes,
That's why I'm
someone will
speaking
be
up.
healed. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's why I'm
you
speaking
say
up
your
because
lesson and Jerome gonna speak up.
go ahead.
Everything's connected. You don't need to give details unless you desire to, but you don't need to get, God knows the details. You don't need to give Ina details. That ain't
okay, then I'm just gonna be transparent. I was saying that just so you can move on because I have nothing to say. I have nothing to
That's
say.
a ceremonial yes. We got a ceremonial yes. No problem. Good job. Let me say this, Jerome, get ready to pick back up. Tracy just logged in. Deanna, you ain't doing nothing wrong. Admitting the ceremony yes is nothing wrong. The lesson may have been lost in my charisma. It may have been lost in grace in her sermon she just gave. The lesson is, if you're present, you are content. And if you are content, God gives you all blessings. If any of you have a problem with anything, you are not present. Now, Deanna, that's undeniable. That's not something that's confusion there. How you process it, that's up to you. Listen to me, y'all. If you are present, you are blessed. The only time that you worry, panic, doubt, stress is when you leave the present moment and think about all that other stuff. Because in your present moment, you have a million blessings. Yeah, I said what I said. Whether you get that or not, that's up to you. Jerome, come on, bring some Christ in this place.
I'm on cloud 9 right now because last week, Antonio, when you started talking and you said this was about me, and I said to myself, oh, the hell no, he ain't. No, this is about me. Okay. Oh, listen to me. And I'm listening to you talk. And I realized what I had been going through like for the last 3 weeks in my life. Hadn't talked to anybody, hadn't shared it, but just going through it because every time I turned around, something needed to be touched. Something needed to be dealt with. Something needed to be handled. And it was at my feet. Well, what the hell do I do? I found myself in each given situation to the best of my ability, dealing with that situation and moving on to the next one. But then I said, but I want to get this done and I needed to get that done. And I had planned to do this. And I said, Jerome, guess what? You ain't got no control over that. What you got control over is Jerome. So as those things come to pass, do the best you can and keep it moving. Anybody got time for that? And that's what I kept doing. But I'm sitting there going, but what about this? And what about what? What about what? About 3 weeks, COVID in the house, trying to pay the bills, my books, the Density 6. You better calm your ass down.
You sound like that's how God talked to me all week, Jerome. So we
You
got
got
same
work.
God for sure.
Exactly. You got work to do. And here's the bottom line. He said, Jerome, I'm the one that called you. And if I call you, I equip you. Am I going to put more on you than you can bear? No. Then what's the damn problem? Oh, there is no problem. There you go. Now shut the hell up and keep it moving. And then I start doing that. And then last Thursday, you come on. I went, wait a minute. Talking about what I just been going through. And I said, no. He said, listen to him. And then this morning, and I said, I knew he was going to come back this evening on Path Bender and put the icing on the cake. And I went, so I'm telling you right now, this has really, really blessed me because the amount of requirements and the things I got to do have not diminished. They have not.
Right.
They're still there.
They're not going to diminish.
But you know what?
When they ever diminish?
I'm doing just fine. Because just like I told you earlier, Mr. Smith, I'm going to take it one step at a time. I'm going to take it. And when you were talking about wanting from God, I realized that when I pray, I seldom ever ask God for anything for myself. Seldom ever. I'll ask God for things for other people and other situations that people are going through, but not for Jerome. Because somehow, some way, whatever it is, he takes care of it. He shows it to me, and he said, any questions? No. Is this good enough for you? Yep. Well, let's go. I'm saying, but I didn't. Let's keep it moving. So I'm telling you, Mr. Smith, this situation, what you're doing now, this has blessed me tremendously. And so and Antonio, I don't know what you're going through. I don't. Okay.
I ain't going through nothing, Jerome. Everything I'm going through is self-inflicted because I'm a dumbass.
But listen to me. Yeah. But just like you told Deanna, your confession and your openness has ministered to me. So by your stripes,
there you go.
I want to say thank you.
Amen.
If you need to if you need to reach out for me to kick you in your ass and all that,
I do. You should have came in 37 days ago.
Duh. Okay. See, on top of everything else I got to do, I got dog. I got to take care of you. You know that.
Yeah.
Love. Yeah. Okay. See, just like the other day when you talk about the books. Remember you did the book? I say it's about damn time.
Yep.
But how many times have I called you about them books?
Yep. None. Yep. None. Zero.
No, I ain't supposed to.
I'm doing yours, Sandra, and Otis right now. Right now as we speak. Yep.
And Antonio, you know what God says to me about those things like that? Mm-hmm. He said, Jerome, have you done everything that you're supposed to do? Well, then shut up. You better not pick up the phone. You better not call nobody. I said, but you bet not call nobody.
Amen. They classics too. I've been pumping out classics.
Can I add on to what Mr.
So thank you,
Mr. Smith. You got to. You the finest person in here. You got to. Dark skin for life. You fine because you dark skinned. Everybody dark skinned. Who the finest person in here? Everybody dark skinned. Everybody. If you ain't dark skinned, you don't raise your hand. All dark skinned folk, raise your hand. There you go. All right, go ahead. There you go.
Listen,
Y'all don't
When you
understand. We get
said,
picked on as kids. We get picked on as kids. Go ahead.
You better say it, Antonio.
when you said you have issues because you're not in the present, man, you slapped me again because let me tell you something. My husband hurt my feelings 3 days ago. I walked around this house pouting and upset for 2 days. For 2 days, Antonio. And he had self-corrected like the very next day. But he didn't apologize to me, so I was pouting, right? And so yesterday he was like, baby, what is wrong? Like, what did I do? And I was
48
like,
hours.
so he finally gave me the opportunity to talk about it. So I was like, well, you hurt my feelings 2 days ago, and da da da. And then when you said that, I had to kind of think about that and realize that, yeah, he hurt my feelings 3 days ago, but the very next day he actually self-corrected and like did what I wanted him to do before, but we never talked about it, and I never really got to talk
Nope.
unless you hurt my feelings. So I had
Nope.
an attitude the whole day. So when I got in the car, after I said what I said, after he got in the car, because when I spoke earlier, I was like at the light about to go pick him up from work. I gave him the biggest hug, biggest smile, big warmest greeting, kissed him and everything.
You better.
And yeah, I know I better. And so just I got back in the present. I literally got back in the present because he had already done what he needed to do and corrected himself. And it was just time for me to correct myself and be in the present of, and he's already doing the right thing. Why you took that attitude? Man,
That's it.
gotta be in the present, man. That was a good one for me.
No, that's it. That's good. That's good. She say 3 days. 3 days. You, baby, what's wrong? But 3 days ago, you had me messed up, so I'm gonna make you suffer for 72 hours. Thus saith us all. Like, like she ain't the only one. Who else? Just so she don't feel alone. She ain't worried about feeling alone. But
You ain't
just
alone.
because,
You
come
is
on
not
now.
Oh,
alone.
you're not alone. No.
No.
Some of y'all walking around with secret problems for 6 months. You can't even count them hours. Can't even count them 6 months. Okay, 6 months and all that stuff like that. All right, Grace, your hand is up. Go ahead.
I'm trying to remember what my hand was up for.
Girl, there's so much you can pick
I
up
know.
wherever the
I
Holy
had got
Spirit tells
I
thou to pick us up
I
at.
had gotten frustrated. And you say, no, don't get frustrated.
Oh, yes. You got
Yeah.
frustrated
It
at
was
contentment and wanting, and it was something about
it
yes.
was if you going so okay, if you go to get it, then I can't remember. And I was like, man, I'm gonna stop making sales calls because
But I remember what it was like. It was the first point. If you want more, you're wrong. Basically, what it said. All right. So let's pick this back up real quick, Grace, because this is where you got messed up. And by messed up, I mean a cuss word. This messed is in the place of it. It was right here.
no, it was before all of this.
It was before. Well, it was the same energy.
Okay,
If
okay.
you want more and you're going to go do more, that's actually a problem. The problem with that, Grace, was you are in your little mind. Phil actually gave the answer earlier. To say that you want is to admit that you don't have, and God ain't walking around here not having. Grace, when you get on the sales call, you should do this. I'm going to dramatically exasperate what Grace should do. Phone, I am God. You God. Give me the God that's going to do what I want. Ring, ring, ring. Don't answer. Thank you, God, for not letting that person waste my damn time. Ring, 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 ring. Oh, you answered the phone. How you doing, Carlos? You all right? Listen, I got a sales pitch. Don't even need one. You answer the phone because this is a divine connection. Let's set up an appointment because what I got for you, you've been praying for. Now, those words are irrelevant, but that energy, that's how you make them calls. because God ain't sent you no phone. All that me and Phil can give you, and you can. Forget me and Phil. Grace, ain't nobody better than cold calling than you. At this point, you have made more cold calls than Phil, and he 99 years old, and you made more calls than me. Ain't nobody made more cold calls than you, Grace. At this point, nobody
like that.
here. Well, I'm just at this point, you have made more cold calls than me and Phil, and you are a teacher for 10 years plus. You can teach a cold call mastery class. And the problem with that, Grace, is you worried about the I's and the T's and the S's being curved. Grace, your cold call mastery class would go like this. Instead of making cold calls, y'all, meditate. So when you make those calls, only the right people will answer. Is your answer, Grace.
All you gotta do is make it make sense.
I was
Thank you
just
so
saying,
much.
I was just saying, Phil, help
Thank you so
out.
much.
I was definitely going, Phil. You making calls without being aligned. So you're getting unaligned answers. If you just align and go, don't be like Antonio. You don't need to want nothing, Grace. Just know that if he a billionaire, so is you. Nah, make this call. And when that happens, the people who will support your billionaire path, Grace, will answer the phone with ease. Y'all didn't hear me. I'm going to say it again. Grace out here running. All Grace got to do is, with the law of attraction, pave the road of gold. And the folk will see the golden road lead to Grace and run to her. That's the realest thing I said all year. I don't care what nobody. That's the realest thing. I ain't never said that before in my life. That's the realest thing I said all year. Realest thing I said all year. Okay? Realest thing I said all year. They would look, yeah, that's right. Ease on down the road. They would look at your golden road coming to you, Grace, and they will say, man, I got to get to wherever. I don't know where the hell this road into, but I got to get there. Everybody here chasing something. And all of y'all are chasing somebody with the law of attraction who said, you got dang right, you're going to chase me. No. Listen to me. Everybody here is chasing something in some industry. Somebody like me done went, you got doggone right. Y'all better chase. And if Antonio will stop in this last 36 days stressing and get back to y'all know who I am. I'm Antonio T. Smith doggone Jr. You better pay me. I used to teach y'all. I wake up every morning and somebody owe me some damn money. That ain't what I've been doing the last 36 days. I've been out here tripping and stressing and worry about techniques. Forget these techniques, Ina. It was actually Ina that reminded me. Damn, I'm off path. Ina showed me all the major speaking engagements 3 weeks ago. And I was like, damn, I forgot I told you to do this. And I need y'all to receive this. Now I got a meeting tomorrow with some big person or whatever. But here's the deal. I forgot I told Ina to do these speaking engagements. I 100% forgot. And she got like a list of like 90 of these jokes. And she was like, oh my God, I'm waiting. I'm just waiting on these responding. And I went to myself, I got this whole lady in France doing something I forgot about. That is so major that if 50%, 10% of these folks, I'd be one of the most famous people in the world. And she's chick way in France. Ain't never met me in her life. And I had to sit there and I had to go, what the hell is you doing, boy? This how I talk to me. I don't know how y'all talk to you. But I talk to me. You is tripping. When somebody in France, either show them that damn list so they don't show them that whole long. It's long, y'all. It's long. I need y'all to. She sent this to me, and I went. I went. Yeah, thank you, Grace. I went. Phil, I went. What the hell is wrong with me? This was like 3 weeks ago. She said this to me, and I had to have a real what they call Renee a coming to Jesus moment with myself. What in the hell? Firstly, I forgot I gave her the task. Secondly, when I saw what she did to Molly, I went, I could have never did that. I would have got frustrated. No, you know what? Before I would have ever got frustrated, Damali, my imposter syndrome would have kicked in before I ever filled out the first application. Let's keep it real. Forget frustration, Sandra. It's the imposter syndrome would have kicked in. You hear me, Jerome? You hear me? The imposter syndrome would have been like that. You can't do that. Ain't out there telling all these. Look at this list, y'all. Look at this. Look at this damn list. I want y'all to see. Look at this list. Look at this
You
list.
had a come to Antonio moment.
Come to Antonio moment. Look at this list. Look at that's 300 and 400. Look at this. That's 400. Y Combinator. That's Peter Thiel, for God's sake. Sam Altman. Look, that's 400. That when you get this, you got to say 4, Grace. That's not 4. That's 400. I don't even know what product, camp, rework, national,
the echo,
nothing.
the echo, fo.
Exactly. You should fo. All right, you can stop right there, because they might try to, they might try to steal. You understand? You can stop. No, you can do a speech and then we get Sandra, then we end the class.
Yeah, well, I was just saying it's only US those.
That's only you. That's that's 432 multiple thousand speaking engagements. Because here's the deal. Over 36 days ago, Phil, when I was in Antonio Energy, I told Ina, hey, this is what we gonna do. My bad. I did tell Ina this. I'm not gonna tell you. Motor scooters need to see me in density 6. They got us messed up. We changing the damn world. Ina, I need this. Here's what I need. Do this. Go do better. Tell these mother scooters they need to have me on their stages. And then I forgot about it. And somehow in between that, Deanna, somehow in between that, Grace, Monique, I forgot about that and went to damn panic mode. I'm so glad I gave Ina that damn thing before I forgot who the hell I was, Tanya.
Welcome back, Antonio.
Thank you so much, Damali, because I showed up feel back. You feel me? I showed up feel back. The crazy thing is, there's no way I would have applied for 432 multiple thousand major speaking. It wouldn't have been one. It wouldn't have been one. Damali, Damali, me and you have many personal conversations before I ever would have got to halfway, before I would have got to the 42nd sentence in the first application. Well, you know what? You shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't. My imposter syndrome would have killed that. Thank God for the Inas in your life. Anyway, come on, Sandra, end this out real quick, and I'm gonna give us quick closing thoughts because we got to. Thank you. Ina, no, give us a speech first, Sandra. Ina, give us a speech. Then Sandra, go ahead.
Oh, a speech. Well, no. What do I need to say? Just, well, you told me, and I do. I mean, I was working on it, and I'm still working on it, and I really want this to work for you and for us. So, and sometimes I do some stupid stuff as well. So I'll listen to what you say. And I say in the background, perhaps I need to make more noise, so then you remember.
For real, right? No, I get it. I'm doing, so I got to manage like 43 different egos.
Yeah.
If I get quiet, just know I'm loud somewhere else, because there's not a day in my life that I get to be quiet. I gotta be loud somewhere. It just means that you are doing a good job. I don't have to be loud with you. That's all it means. That's all it means. It don't mean nothing else. That's all it means. But trust me, if y'all through soul divine connection have appointed me your spiritual leader or leader of some kind, I need you to get, Tanya, the biggest loser in this call is me. Man, I really need y'all to receive that. Sandra, get ready. I really need you to receive that. I vibrate at all y'all loser frequencies. You vibrate just at yours. We're not talking about your winning frequencies. We're excluding the winner right now. There's 15 loser frequencies on this call, and I vibrated every last one of them. It takes 14 of y'all to get to one of me. Do you understand how much of a loser that I need to be to match all y'all loser frequencies? I'm the biggest sinner on this call, the biggest sabotager, the biggest self-doubter, the biggest husband hater, the biggest wife hater, the biggest mean father, the biggest mean mother. Ain't nobody on this call a worse parent than me, because you look to me for leadership. It means that I must be worse than you. I cannot be equivalent or equate or equal or relate to you. So when I got these loser moments, Ina, they are epic. Do you understand how much of a loser I got to be for somebody in France to send me 432 speaking engagements? And I go, damn, I said that? That's some serious loser stuff. I forgot.
Well, luckily, I still found it important, Antonio. I was like, okay.
Yeah, everything I give you is important. You know that. That's why I told you that in I forgot, because you're so good at what you do. I can forget to tell you I did. And that was the point. I forgot. I forgot that we have been applying for major speaking engagements all year so we can make Density 6 get better programmers and more money. I forgot to call Pastor Tony today. One of y'all hit him up because I got Pastor Tony about to fill out like 800 grants. Ina, tell him if I'm lying.
No, you're not lying. No.
Me and Ina over 3 or maybe 4 weeks ago at this point went through every reputable and applicable grant for this company to get payroll money and all sorts of other money. We did it 4 weeks ago. And I told Ina, wait, I need to pray about who should take this over. And I told her today it'll be Pastor Tony. Ina, show them the grant list just so they know. Show them the grant list. Listen, there's a bunch of stuff happening behind the scenes. A bunch of stuff happening behind the scenes. But I got these ideas and I do these things, and then I go, damn, I don't have no, like right now, Phil and Susan need a whole bunch of more help. But you know what? We got a sucky gene pools. Ina was like, can you do this? Can you do this? And I literally told Ina today, you know what? Get what you can. Our gene pool sucks. Ina, please let them know I told you that.
Yes, you did.
And she was like, well, I'm just trying to make sure Susan is okay. I was like, you know what? Susan gonna have to be okay because our gene pool sucks. And we're gonna have to get an unsucky gene pool. I did say that. Because she was like, can you replace this and this and this? And I looked, and there was no one to replace. The people we got assigned is the best there is. We suck in that department, but ain't nothing I can do about it right now but replace. That's not a problem. That's a reality, Damali. Show them the grant list real quick. And then Sandra, just try to take like 2 minutes, Sandra, and then we'll close out. I just want y'all to see. This is happening behind the scenes. Now, here's the deal. This was over 36 days ago, Jerome. Over 36 days ago, me and Ina, and I did it without telling her. I went through this whole big deal. I sent Ina like 100 grand, 100, maybe 50. And I said, now go get me more. And forgot about it, Phil. And then sent to all these speaking engagements and forgot about it. And then lost my damn mind, Renee. Like here I got 30-something employees, whole grant thing, whole speaking engagements thing, all these things I got going on. Plus I'm me, degrees on the wall, Damali, all this, and that. And here I am wanting stuff.
I'm blocking. Wait a second.
Sure will. As a matter of fact, I will assign Pastor Tony to do that plus me. Sure will. Sure, absolutely will. Sure to absolutely.
I just want to say one thing because this is
Please.
fast. Thank you for going through this 37-day journey because there's a lot of us on this call are sitting in the middle of want and not realizing why we're not getting what we need. And you are the example that has helped us kind of realize tonight why we are where we are and what we need to do to move forward. So thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Look at this. 17, 20, 24, 28, 29, 30, 35, 39, 49, 50. Get the fuck. 68 grants. Now, here's the deal. These not grants. These not general grants. Stop the screen, Ina. These not general grants. What I did is I took every division of density 6, did research on Google, then went to ChatGPT, and I said, I need only grants specifically for this. That's 58 grants. Hell, we only need 1% of that, Phil. 58 grants. Because sometime 39 days ago, Damali, I was in my right mind and I said, you know what? We need $1.3 million. Ain't no sense in us going to make it. We might as well just go get it. Ease. And then 2 days later, I lost my damn mind, Grace. What a wonderful life we live. Go ahead, Sandra. You got the last words. Renee says she needed this call so much.
And how amazing is that? Exactly where in that space with what you said. Just think about what you just said. You got it?
I got it because I'm holding it. I had all these plans, and then 2 days later, lost my damn mind, is what I said.
Right. So in that space, you forgot what God had already told you.
Facts. Yes, I did. Ain't no sense in me
And
trying to
that
front.
is that from the foundations, before the foundations of the world, he knew you. So that means everything else is coming up to the point.
Amen.
So you're gonna have a missing area that you have no clue of what to do.
That's facts.
Because he knows your what from your what. That's all I'm saying.
You're
Sandra
right.
Lucky
You're right.
was saying.
You're right.
No,
And I'm glad you said
you gotta
that.
know who you are.
I'm glad you said that because I've been teaching Grace all year long. Grace, we love the opposite. I taught Grace so much about we love the opposite figure, I forgot that I love the damn opposite. Y'all, give me 2 minutes, Grace. I don't need 3. I don't know what today's point of the lesson is. I don't know. I know what the title was, but I don't know what the point was. I just know I'm on the cross bleeding, hopefully for y'all can get it. So maybe the point is, seeth my blood. I don't know. I can just tell you this. Somehow I forgot who I was, but before I did, I was doing miraculous stuff and I gave it to Ina. So if today's point is find you an Ina, maybe. That's possible. That's possible. Is it before you lose your damn mind, give it to Ina? That could be it too. I don't know. It sounds maybe it's a 3-point sermon, Phil. I'm not sure. But what it is, for sure, if I had to say, Antonio, what you talking about? Thank God for 37 days, because it could have been 37 years. That's why that's why I'm standing on business, Jerome. That's why I hang my hat, Phil. 37 days, because I'm young enough, Deanna. 37 plus 42 is what, Grace? We know the number. It's a 9 at the end of it.
Wait, 37,
No,
42,
37,
79.
42. 79.
No,
Yes,
yeah,
not
yeah,
on the end
79,
of it.
79.
79. Hell, some of y'all 79. So I could have wasted another 37 years and got it together. Colonel Sanders ain't make his first million until like 79. So it's possible.
A year is a day in the eyes of the Lord.
Exactly. Exactly. So I genuinely could have been knocking this thing down for another 37 years. And here's the crazy thing, Eda. Everybody would have said he's a genius. Can you believe how Antonio T. Smith Jr. waited? He just kept pressing and kept pressing. That ain't my doggone testimony. My testimony is not to be a billionaire at 79. My testimony is to be a billionaire at 43. That's Colonel Sanders' testimony. I don't want that testimony. You hear me? I don't want to pastor no church for 90 years, 30 years, 20 years, or another year. I don't want to do none of that stuff. I want to be a billionaire, and I want to sit and get grapes fed to my mouth like Caesar, Augustus, in Rome or something. I don't want to do nothing but make sure it's in my, you know what, to borrow from Phyllis Susan, it's in my 2-minute drill. In my 2-minute drill from Phyllis Susan, it says Monique need apartments so she can travel the world with her kids. So Ada can go be in the NBA. So Ashton can be a musician. And I can travel and retire with them. That's what my 2-minute drill say to borrow from video. I ain't did it with Phil and Susan. Y'all need to do it with Phil and Susan. I said 2 minutes. I went 3 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and end right now. I'm so sorry for going a minute over. Listen, y'all. May the Lord bless you and keep you. And all that good stuff that Jerome Church say. I don't know what the hell went on today. I just know I can't duplicate it for next week. Don't lose your damn mind like me. Please know, if you want to truly praise the Lord, Jerome, you need your mind to do so. So stop losing it. You can plant better. You can dominate. Love you, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.
Love you more.
Love you more.
Love y'all.
All right, y'all.